Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm giving Martin as many rooks as he needs to beat me. I'm starting him off with 8 rooks and I'll add 2 each game until he wins. Let's begin. Start with my same old London system, I don't see why not. Rook to b6, I can't really develop bishop to f4, so knight f3 is fine I guess. That is a free rook. Rook to f7, I think I can just start pushing with d5. Pick up this rook, there's no way to defend it, so d5. Rook to f4, give me the exchange. He does recapture. I'll go ahead and play e3 now, kick the rook. Okay, he just defends it, but I'll pick it up anyways. Rook to a7, let's give check and expose the king. Okay, he defends with the rook. I'll give check again. Check again. King is now on g7. I have to be careful that I don't get my queen skewered, but I think knight to e5 takes care of that. So if rook here, I can give check, and there might even be ideas of checkmate right after. Okay, we get rook takes d5. Let's see, if I give check, king goes back. Knight check, there's a sacrifice. I'm going to castle first before my king gets in trouble. Castle, he does pick up the bishop, which is fine. We'll give check. Check. Pick up the rook. Rook to c6. We'll go ahead and develop the knight. Actually, can I? I don't think there's anywhere safe for my knight to develop to. So I'll play a4 instead. Okay, now I can develop to... Wait a minute. That's just free. Okay, rook to h6. I can just develop towards the center now, actually. Rook to e8. I'll go ahead and challenge the open file. I mean, I have rooks to play with too. That is free. Let's give check. Let's give check. Where's my mate here? Check. Check. This is frustrating. Check. Okay, there we go. And mate. All right, let's give him 2 extra rooks. All right, Martin now has 10 rooks to work with. And right off the bat, he's hitting f2. So I'm going to play knight to f3 to defend that. Okay, he takes it anyways. I'll recapture. Rook to e7 is check, but I can just block. Oh, and I do drop g2. Whoa, that was pretty slick. That's pretty good, actually. Okay, we'll play rook to f1 and just hunker down for a second here. d3 so I can get my bishop out. Play bishop to e3. Looks like I'm pretty well defended now, so knight c3. We're still dropping b2, so I'll play b3 first. Okay, rook takes h2 is not really a threat to f2. Let's play knight to d2. Okay, rook goes back, and we need to start creating threats now because our king is safe, so we can actually go on the offense now. Let's go knight to e4. Okay, we'll pick up the exchange. Rook recaptures. Let's threaten... I was going to say threaten long castles. It's not really a threat. But let's develop our queen. Rook goes to c7. If I long castle, I just drop a2 right away, so I'm not really happy about that. Let's play d4. Disconnect these rooks and see if I can pick up the rook on b4. Whoa, I can't. He actually goes back. Interesting. Let's continue with c4. Start grabbing the center. That's not going to fly. I'll pick up my free rook. We get rook to a6. I can't take because my queen is pinned, but I could just give check. If he defends with a rook, I move out of the way, and I'm still defending my bishop, but I'm not pinned anymore, so I'll give check. He does defend. I'll move my queen out of the way. Okay, we get a rook sacrifice. Sure, why not? Rook to d6. It's kind of annoying. It does take the open file. But I can move queen to f4. So if this rook moves anywhere, it drops c7. I'll play queen to f4. That was unexpected, but I'll go ahead and take it. Sure, why not? I guess he did find a way to move the rook without hanging c7. Anyways, we get rook to e6. I'll take. Threatening mate in 1, which he does kind of block, right? If I give check now, the king just moves out of the way. But I think that should still be better for me. Let's see. Check. Rook here. I don't have anywhere to go after, so I'll go ahead and just give check and pick up the free rook. That's another sacrifice that I will gladly accept. That is free. Martin must not really like these rooks because he's giving them out like hotcakes. I won't even take that. I'll grab ladder's mate instead. All right, let's give him 2 extra rooks. All right, Martin is back now with 12 rooks. Plenty to work with. We still have this threat on f2, so we'll stop it with knight to f3. Okay, we get rook to b4. There's no doubled rooks on the king file, so I think I can just play like d3 here. Knight c3, bishop e3, and I should be fine. Okay, we get rook to b5, knight c3. That is just a free exchange. That is another exchange for me. Okay, so we've already won back some of the material. Let's go ahead and play e3, threaten the rook. Oh, actually it's not threatened, it's pinned. Interesting. And I can't really move this bishop because I dropped g2, which I'm not particularly excited to do. So let's play rook. Actually, no. I was going to say, let's play rook g1 so I can develop my bishop, but then I still drop g2 because he has a battery. And then I thought, okay, let's play g3. But then I drop f3 because of rook to f5. And I can't get rid of this rook because it's pinned. So is Martin actually playing really good moves right now, or am I crazy? Let's play queen to d2 for now. Okay, we get rook back to c5, so now I can play g3. Okay, he just leaves it alone, which I think means I can just take it. Okay, rook to d7. Let's go ahead and play d4, threaten that c5 rook. Oh, this is also pinned. Wow, it's funny because there's so many pins to look at. It's kind of hard to keep track of all of them. Let's break the pin with bishop d3, right? The queen won't be pinned anymore to the pawn, or rather the pawn to the queen. And now I can threaten this rook on h7 as well. Okay, I can either take or I can take. And obviously this is a better trade, so I'll accept that. That's an even better trade. That's, I mean, we are just profiting everywhere. Okay, I can't really take that because it drops this. And then after the king moves out of the way, I drop the rook behind it. So it looks like a free rook, but it's not really a free rook. Let's go ahead. I almost want to long castle here, but then I drop a2, and it feels like my king is kind of exposed. So this rook is actually kind of problematic. Let's take this rook here, win the exchange. Obviously he recaptures. Let's move this rook out of the way, defend the knight. Rook to g2. Queen to d5 centralizes the queen, hits a rook, which we get to pick up. Nice. King moves out of the way. Let's go back to c6. Nice, that is also mine. That is also mine. Give check. Give check. Let's see. Bring the rook out. With check. Not quite ladder's mate, but we'll pick this up. Rook goes back to c8. Tricky Martin. Let's play check and pick up the rook. Let's just checkmate him. All right, let's add 2 more rooks. All right, Martin is now back with 14 rooks. No excuses now if he's losing these, because now he can take on f2 on the first move, threatening mate, and he can take on c2 on the first move, threatening to pin my queen to my king. So pretty much whatever I play here is completely losing, and by a long shot. But we'll give it a try. Knight to f3. That looks like I can just pick up the exchange, so I will. All right, and rook to c6 leaves this bishop on the table. So I have a couple of problems here. Obviously, this is still an issue, which would pick up the queen. This is an issue because it's free. And this is an issue because if I move my bishop, there's nobody defending this knight anymore, so he can just pick it up, and this pawn is pinned to the king. So problems I have no shortage of. I just have to prioritize what's my biggest problem here. Now, I'd say my biggest problem is this. Takes, and then it pins my queen. So I'm going to play knight to c3, even though it does give the bishop away. Okay, but it's Martin, so he doesn't even accept it. Okay, I have the bishop to deal with, but I also have this on the table. And this is very high potential, because Martin might not even recapture. And then I can take all of his rooks. And if he does recapture, then I can take on c6 with check, and then I fork the king and the rook. Okay, he does neither of those. He plays rook to h6, which does get the rook out of danger, but allows this capture. Rook to d7 does a fork, I guess, kind of. I'll take on c8. Rook to g1 is just a free rook as far as I can tell. Okay, he's just giving away free pieces. Let's give check. Take there. King is now in the center, which means my pieces can come out and play. I'm still kind of concerned about this, so I'll play f3 first. Okay, we get rook to d7. Let's get my pieces out. Bishop to f4 is free. Whoops. Let's play knight to e4. Bishop e3. Everyone seems well protected. Queen d2. Whoa, that is a very bold move. Let's play check. Let's get this rook because it's pinned. Okay, this is just free, so I'll take with check first. Take the rook on d4. And we have mate on b6. All right, let's give him 2 extra rooks. All right, we get our first triple battery of the challenge. Right off the bat, he's hitting h2. Obviously, this is still an issue. c2 is still an issue for the same reasons we've talked about. This is my biggest issue because there's mate right after. So I'm going to play knight to f3 again. Okay, rook to d6. Now I'm going to play knight to c3 because this is my next biggest issue. He takes, but I can recapture. f3 is free, but it's just a pawn, so I'm not super concerned about that. This threatens my rook. I have no way to defend it besides capturing, so I'll take. Okay, he doesn't take back. Let's take this rook. Okay, I'll keep taking rooks. Are all of these mine? Okay, right up until there. But we got a lot of rooks for free there. Let's go ahead and, ooh. If I take and he takes, the rook defends on c1, so objectively I just lose the pawn. Not a big deal. Okay, we'll take with check. He does recapture. Let's go ahead and threaten this rook and find a way to get my bishop out as well. Okay, we take it. Sweet. We'll play d3. Get the bishop out. That is a free rook. That is all mine. That's also mine. Okay, this is kind of tricky. If I move this way, rook f7, but then I can move my queen, so there's no more threat of back rank. So I think this is fine. Okay, rook moves back to d7. Let's play e4. That is free. I'll pick it up. Sweet, let's offer a rook trade. Rook to c7, he avoids it, but now I get my rook into the game. Let's see, check. Check. And how do I actually win this? I assume I'm going to have to promote one of my pawns. Let's play g5 and get that ball rolling a little bit. e5? e5 walks into rook to g4. So let's play queen to f5 instead. Okay, we don't pick up the free rook. He moves it out of the way. But we can play check now. And he can't block. Because then I pick up c7. But instead he moves the king back, so I pick up d6 instead. King to c8. I assume I can just push this pawn now. Sweet, that's a free rook. Check. Sacrifice for the memes. Go ahead and promote. We'll give check. And mate. All right, nice. Moving on to 2 extra rooks. All right, Martin now has 18 rooks to work with. I mean, triple battery on the f2 pawn should inherently be crushing. If I play knight to f3, takes, and it's still hitting f2. There's no way for me to defend f2, but at least then the rook can see the bishop. So we'll give that a try. That is actually kind of free, but also not. If I take, I win the rook, obviously, but then f3 is completely free. f2 is free behind it, and now, even though the rook defends, I only have 2 defenders on this bishop, and he would have 1, 2, 3 attackers. So it would still be mate. So I won't take, actually. Even though now he's stacking another attacker on the knight. I might have to take, actually. But then if I take, there's also ideas of the rook coming in. Even if he loses it, there's another rook where that came from. Rook takes f2. I mean, as long as he throws pieces at my general king side, he's winning. And I'm not sure that there's a way for me to back this up. Let's try pawn takes and at least get some material. Okay, good. Rook to h6, that's good to see. We'll play d3 and at least offer my king an escape route in the worst of the worst case scenario. Okay, we can pick up this rook. That is free. If I take with the bishop, I add a defender to the f3 knight. The queen doesn't do the same, so I'll take with the bishop. Okay, we get check. I assume this is my best capture. Otherwise, I don't win any material. Oh, I just realized. If I take and he takes, eventually takes, I have to play bishop to f1. Because if I just move my king, obviously I lose the queen. And if I move bishop to f1, I lose the knight. So I'll take with the knight first. Take back, and then bishop to f1. Okay, we get check. Leaves me with bishop to e3, I think, is the only move here. But then he can just take. Takes, rook takes, and then the queen is as good as gone. So I might have to play king d2 here instead. Rook takes, king back. Oh, that also drops f1. Okay, let's try bishop to e3. Okay, he sacks the rook. So if I take now, this bishop is hanging. But that's survivable. Okay, rook to g8. I think we're still hanging in here kind of okay. Obviously, the threat here eventually is doubling the rooks. Check, and I still lose the queen. So I'm going to develop. Okay, he takes the pawn. And let's play queen to d2. That's free, so I'll take it. Rook to a4, I think I can... Oh, if I take rook to a4, I invite rook takes c2. What are the odds he plays rook takes c2? Pretty low. And to be fair, he's coming in through b2 anyways. So I'll take my chances. Okay, rook to g7 is check. I'll actually head back towards... Yeah, I'll head back towards the center. If I put him in a corner, he might be harder to defend. So I'll head back towards the center. That's free. This is like the... Okay, that's also free. Okay, we got a lot of free rooks, which is a great sign. We'll drop this knight back, defend c2, and obviously defends the knight by moving him out of the way. Let's play knight to e4. Hit the rook on f6. Okay, this is actually not free because it takes the queen. So I'll take this rook. Take this rook. I'll also take this rook. And while I'm at it, I'll threaten this rook. Oh, nice. I can't even take because this is free. Okay, I'll put my rook on the open file. Now I can take. Now I can take. Now I can take. All right, we're winning this now. That was pretty close. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to survive if he has 2 more rooks than that. But we managed to hang on for this one. What's the fastest way to mate here? Probably bringing him into my position. All right, and we get mate. Let's go ahead and give him 2 extra rooks. All right, he has a total now of 20 rooks on the board, which should be more than enough to obliterate my position. I mean, just diving in with any of these rooks is completely winning. Even this rook can take on g2, takes, threatens g1. All of this is losing. We just have to play the best moves to give ourselves the best chance of survival. And I'm assuming knight to f3 is still the best move here. Takes isn't the best. Actually, maybe f3 is the best move here. Let's try that. Okay, we get rook takes c2, which was an issue from the very beginning. We kind of have to play knight to c3 here to defend this bishop. So we'll play knight c3. Rook takes. I'm assuming the best captures with the bishop. Obviously not with the queen. We lose the queen. If I take with the knight, I drop f3 basically for no reason. And if I take with the bishop, I drop g2. Actually, I would say I'm more afraid of dropping f3 than I am of g2. So I'll take with the knight. That looks free, so I'll take it. Rook takes on b2. I'll take it. Rook takes on e2. Now we can take with the bishop. It's justified. Rook to g1. Takes is forced, basically. Rook takes c3. No idea why he didn't recapture. I guess because it's not really mate. King f2. Rook g2, king e3. But after this capture, it kind of is mate. So I can either take and allow him to double his rooks again, or I can just move out of the way, which seems like the best option here. Rook takes b2. Obviously, we're getting, consumed by his rooks, but I think we're still hanging on okay at least. Okay, we can't take because this is pinned. I'm not even sure how we can develop our pieces. Let's try rook to c1. Okay, we do pick up this rook for free. Rook to c8. If I move back, takes is fine, so I'll at least try to hold on to the rook. Okay, we do get rook to a4. We're still super cramped in this position. It seems like whatever I play, he'll have some excellent tactic looming. We'll try d3 here. Rook takes, doubles the rooks on the e2 bishop. I'll play rook to f2 to defend it. Rook to f2. Check, bishop f1, drops the rook on f2. Not the best thing I've ever seen, but let's try it. Okay, we get rook to b8 instead. I guess luckily, basically. I'm almost tempted to play bishop to f1. But if he takes, then that's going to feel like the dumbest move on the planet. So let's play. This feels like zugzwang. I can't play anything without losing, basically. Right, like rook to c3, for example, rook b1, pins the queen. If I drop the rook back, takes. And then I'm sure he can just play rook to a1, picks up the queen because it's defended by this rook. I mean, everything is losing. That's not surprising. But it's even worse because it feels like nothing gives me a fighting chance. Let's try f4. Okay, we finally get check. Let's drop the bishop back. Oh, that's going to do it. Rook to e7. Can't move the king anywhere, so I have to block. Takes. Okay, I'll take back. Rook takes. This is pinned. I have to move over. And mate. All right. It took Martin, what was that? 20 rooks to defeat us. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one.